You ready?
Okay, y'all. I was just here, me and my old lady, with my beautiful queen. I ain't gonna say old lady. My beautiful queen, we riding down the street, coming to get some breakfast. And I was just telling you about how people, they don't look at nature to figure out how death and life come into play. Because, okay, since y'all don't believe in nature, I'm gonna go to your book, the Bible and shit, and I'm gonna give you a few surahs of the Quran to go look up. Thank you, baby. Okay. Now, in the Bible, God created the trees, the insects, and everything first. So that means that the law of nature was implemented with the trees and the insects first, and the animals first. So, like I was saying the other day about DNA, that DNA is not something that can be destroyed. DNA is something transformed and transferred, or transferred and transformed into something else better, or into something else in a different for a different matter. So, where is this stuff coming from that they was talking about? You dying and go to hell and you going to this heaven. Well, I'ma inform y'all where it come from. You had this guy. I ain't gonna say this guy. It started out with one guy, but then it eventually dispersed through everybody, through the lineage of his family. And it's called Hellenism. Well, Hellenism was by this guy, this family, these people I was just finna explain to you about. They was called the Ptolemies. It was by Ptolemy Soter and Ptolemy Philadelphus. His grandson was responsible for Hellenistic worship. Okay? Then they had this guy named Dorotheus of Sidon, right, to trick y'all. Well, he didn't trick y'all because he took a book called a Didactic Poem, which was an astrology book, turned that into the Septuagint. The Septuagint was later on turned into the Torah. The Torah was later on turned into the Bible. Then, okay, to go on to something else, I'm always gonna relate for you to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Then the Torah was in a place called Syria, which they had a book called the Syriac Bible, which is now known as the Quran. And the Quran and the Islam was given to a dude named Artemis. Artemis was a Turk that he had his own kingdom. And that kingdom had a lot of power. But that you know that the Turks was linked to the Jews. That's what do you call them all? The Khazars. They was one people at one time. Or they was one people, and that land was of different nomadic tribes. So they relatively knew each other. They was family in some sort. So, okay, to get back on the topic, that's where all this heaven and hell shit come from, is them. Because, look, when you see ants and they die, you go out there and you say, okay, I'm going to put a bunch of grits in my yard on the ant pile, and when it rain later on, the ants going to come out and eat all that shit, and it's going to make them explode and they're going to die. But look, one of those ants going to go somewhere and it's going to birth a queen. And that queen going to have a mound and she going to do this shit all over again. So how in the hell does people die? How do they die? You tell me, can somebody explain to me how people die? Without using the Bible. If somebody can come on here and explain to me how you die without using the Bible, I become a Christian. Today, if you can come on and explain to me without using the Bible. Now, I'm going to do it for you, and I'm going to do it again. Oak tree is, now how you know oak tree is an oak tree? Okay, the first oak tree existed, right? Male and female. They produced an acorn. When they produced the acorn, they produced another one with the same DNA in it. So the first two acorn trees happen to wither away, and go back into the system. A cycle, dirt, all the other stuff, and being turned into compost. Now they got other trees going and growing. So you mean to tell me that same DNA in those first two trees ain't gonna come back? Or just a bunch of bullshit? So you mean to tell me if I go write a book, I could just go write a book and put in that big holy Bible and say, okay, well, we gonna say this the first man, and this the first tree, and that's the first tree, and it's hundreds of other fucking trees here. Because I wrote and said these were the first two trees, you gonna believe that shit. Man, y'all wake up. Look at fucking nature. Even Jesus tell you that shit. How do you know that the end of the time come? It's going to be wars and rumors of wars. It's going to be earthquakes in diverse places. It's nature, motherfucker. Nature is the fucking key. Look at nature. Nature tells us all things. Our ancestors, they used to rely on nature. Whether you ask a Chinese so-called Native American or the real Native American black that look like me, and y'all asses watching me, they knew about nature. Nature was the only God that they knew. Man, I'm gonna fuck with y'all, man. Y'all eat good, thank God, let y'all reactions be good, man.